Can I tell you a story about a hamster?
Yeah? Is it a good story or a nasty story?
It's a strange story.
Tell me.
Because I had a pet hamster called Nikki when I was growing up, and one time I was staying with my my nanny's house, my grandmother, and they were like, you gotta keep the hamster out in the shed. Out in the shed, right? The dank, dirty Irish shed where my grandpa would just put like things in his vise and just hammer them. So it was just this dirty shit, right?
You didn't have like a cage for it?
No, I did. I had the hamster in a cage.
Oh, in the shed.
Yeah, in the shed. But then, so I was like, la 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 la, and I was looking at the hamster, and then I'd go inside to my nice, cozy grandmother's house, and then, one day, I woke up, and I went out to the shed to look at Nikki, and it had literally, like, lifted the entire 3-story cage up, and, like, created, like, an escape, like, corner for itself, and it got out, and now, like, this shed was just like, it was like Chris Chan's house.
Oh no.
It was just everywhere.
That's a nightmare.
And I was like, no! Right? And I was
man.
kicking and screaming, and I was like crying, and I was so upset. And then my uncle, right, he lived next door, and he was like, alright, let's go see if I can find the hamster. And then he was out on his knees for like hours. And I was like, then I went down to the bedroom in my nanny's house, and I was like on my front crying, like, oh, it's definitely gone. And then my uncle came down, he's like, you need to come out to the shed. And I was like, oh, and he didn't say anything. And I went out to the shed, and he was like kneeling down. He looked really sad, and he was like, sorry, Chris, it's dead. And then I started like, and then he's like, just kidding, and then he found it.
Oh my
and
god.
gave it to me.
Well, that's good.
But
That's like the hamster stories
cool.
that I've heard.
Why would he do that?
That's not like you actually thought it was dead, so it's not, it wasn't.
But I love that he's like the best uncle ever.
That's fun, it is funny.
But it's like the meanest thing
How
ever.
old were you?
Must have been like 8 or 9.
Oh man.
Yeah, I love that guy. He's my hero, but that was mean of you, dude.
Oh wait, you're gonna die.
Oh, I die instantly?
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal,
This game
dude.
sucks, dude.
No, it's good. It's good. I love. This is my childhood game. It's hard. It is a hard game.
Do you remember the day you got it?
So what ended up happening was I had this game with a bunch of other Super Nintendo games, and then one day it like flooded, and I lost all my games except this one and a few others.
Aww.
So I really got invested in this game because it was the only game I had. I had this, and unfortunately I had Mario All-Star, so I mean that's not the worst thing to have.
You know have a mark in my hand from where I got lead in my hand from when I was a kid is with a pencil.
How'd you do that?
I stabbed my hand with a pencil.
I guess that makes sense.
I was throwing it up in the air, it was like fully sharpened and catching it, and it just went right into my hand.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, but I still have the mark in my hand from it.
It's not the smartest thing you could have done, Adam.
You want to? It's cool. It looks cool now, at least. I have a big lead in my hand.
You got
It's
like
awesome.
a little tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, another carnival level. Never seen this shit before.
I know, right?
Jesus
Apparently
fuck.
as a very young child, like 3 years old or something,
Yeah.
I almost got my dad in a fight because, like, we walked past some fat guy, and I went, "Whoa, Dad, that guy's fat!" And he got really mad.
Why'd you get mad? I would just be like, damn, it's time to lose weight, I guess.
Well, children don't lie, so I guess I really am.
Oh,
fat.
when you were a kid, you said this. You were.
Yeah, I was like 3.
No, he was like 28.
You have to say that, Lyle. I think you were like an
I did
adult.
say that.
Like a weird autistic person. You're like, look how fat that guy is.
Look, I could do this all day.
At worst, I would say to the parent, you need to control your child.
I think he did say something like that, and my dad was like, "I'll fucking kill you."
Well, then your dad just seems like the complete problem
no,
here.
my dad is fucking cool, and don't you fucking... He'll gut you, my friend.
All right.
He's unhinged.
Is he?
He's crazy, man. No, not really.
He fishes.
Yeah, he does. I was like, hey, Chris, this is a picture of my dad with like a 90-foot fish.
What, a 90s what?
With a 90-foot fish.
And I was like, that's true. He does look like a fisherman with a 90-foot fish.
Yeah, he does.
And then it turns out he was one.
What?
His dad is a fisherman with a 90-foot fish.
Just always has it on him.
Yeah.
Anytime you need it.
He feeds fat guys to
He
it.
tracks it around. Did I ever tell you when I was like really young, I saw an ad on TV for Puma shoes where the guy
You're a
put them
liar.
on? No, this is real. He put the shoes on and he ran like at 60 miles an hour, and I was like,
He
Mom,
morphed into a puma.
no, I was like, Mom, can I get the Puma shoes? She was like, okay, and she brought me to town and bought them. And when I tried running fast, I had like an autistic fit because it wasn't working.
You didn't turn into a puma?
Yeah.
Let me tell you
Chris,
something
you
about
were a
pumas.
dumb
Wait,
kid.
can you run it?
I
Can
was
you
like
run at 60
5.
miles per hour?
No, I couldn't do
Not
it.
normally.
I can't now that I'm older, but like back then I couldn't.
I'm
do
gonna
it.
tell you right
Wait,
now.
a human being can run at 60 miles per hour?
No.
Easily.
Pumas?
No, they can't.
Is that a Pokemon?
Is what?
That's Woodomon.
Wood. That's
Woodlet.
That's
Woodlet.
Woodlet. That's Woodley.
You're right. That's the Digimon thing. They don't say Amon at the end of it. That's like a
So we could
boomer's
also-
idea of a Pokemon.
I like that Digimon could talk. It made them cooler.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
all the
but they can say all kinds of
all the
disagreeable
Digimon-
things.
The Digimon did all have Mon in their name, didn't they?
Yep.
And they had opinions on foreign conflicts.
And they had misinformation.
And they had, they had serious opinions on foreign conflicts.
Such
Okay.
as,
Well,
what did Agumon think?
he believed in a one-state solution. I'm not going to tell you what the one state was.
The digital world.
It was the digital state. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Digimon.
yeah.
We have to unlock the pal suit. So every time you level up, you can
Tor, you
use your
didn't,
little
you didn't even say thank you to Chris for that wonderful impression he just gave
for his
you.
wonderful Agumon.
Agumon. See, that's pretty good.
Last time you did that, we were doing like a VR chat thing.
Really?
Wait, were you Agumon in the digital world?
No,
I
he was,
was
like
Agumon.
no, you were. I thought you were
That
following
makes you the
around
real
in
Agumon.
Agumon. He was so fucking cool. You know what sucks is that I tried buying a toy of him when I was younger, but the only toy that existed was a weird China
Fleshlight?
knockoff.
Yeah.
It sucked.
I remember when the movie came out, they had a bunch of annoying merch that like talked constantly.
Annoying merch.
Yeah.
It's not annoying.
It
It's
was
cool when
annoying.
toys talk to you. It's like Toy Story.
I never liked it as a kid because they only said the like 2 things and it got annoying.
No,
Also-
I'm on your side. I hate electric toys. They
Also,
stink.
well, because you would imagine your own stuff in your head.
Yeah,
It's
or that they're like real, you know, but they're never real.
And their speakers suck, and they always have a stupid expression that doesn't suit what they're saying.
If only they had moving lips.
If only they could move and talk.
It's really sad that the only reason I didn't get this as a kid is because I was afraid I'd get bullied for it.
Were
I
we
feel,
gonna
I
play-
feel like
You
when
got
it
a
come out, you would
potion.
not have been bullied for it. You would have been like
No, it
heralded
was
and held on
lame.
everybody's hands.
After Pokemon Yellow in
Well, how
Ireland,
old,
it was
how old were you though?
like still pretty young. When did this come out? Like
2000, 99.
Yeah, it was 2000.
Chris, I didn't
I
play.
was 10. Yeah, no, I was young enough for
Chris,
it.
I didn't play any of the Pokemon games. In fact, I had Pokemon cards. I remember I just got the
think I was
extras that
already-
my friends had.
Already 12 when Pokemon Blue came out, and I loved the hell out of it. I didn't care what anyone thought.
Yeah, I definitely love Pokemon.
In Ireland, though, if you like Pokemon after Yellow and Red and Blue, you were considered like
Did I ever tell you
scum.
about? We had a neighbor who was in his 40s who used to come play Pokemon with us.
Really?
And he would dress like Ash Ketchum.
No, you're fucking with
I
me.
swear to God, and he painted his pet rat yellow. It was crazy.
Shut the fuck up. Zach.
And one time when he lost, he picked up his pet rat and threw it to the
You
ground.
could have kept that going. You jumped
I
right.
did.
You jumped right to the crazy part.
You jumped right. You fell right into my trap.
No,
right into
I
my
didn't.
claws.
He won a costume contest at the game place.
I got you instantly.
You did not.
Uh-huh.
How old-
But that
A
really
fucking
did happen.
40-year-old man walked into your house dressed as Ash Ketchum.
I thought this was like a Chris Chan thing. I thought you were gonna go like he started like
His
screaming
yellow
at
rat
all
with
the-
red cheeks.
No,
He would electroshock it too.
Oh, it's great to be a Pokemon trainer.
He'd call it his Pokemon training.
Oh, you can play the Switch.
I'm training my Pikachu.
This is kind of fucked up, and I just now remembered that I did it, and
Oh,
here we go. No. So when I was like a kid, like 11 or 12, you know, and I was running around on the street, whenever people would like ask me for directions, like people would drive up and not know where they were going, and they'd be like, "Oh, do you know how to get here?" And like I would just not know how to respond to that, so I'd just guess.
You fucking weirdo.
I definitely just pointed people in the wrong direction like multiple times.
well, that's what they get for asking a 12-year-old
Yeah, no,
for directions.
To be fair, I kind of like grew pretty fast, so I probably looked a lot older than I was.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, I would just like not know how to answer it, and I thought it was probably like more rude to say no, I don't know, than to like guess. But now looking back, that was probably a terrible idea.
I was gonna mention this a second ago that Corey talked about putting a joke where the item shit is. After I first played this game on GameCube, I thought it was so awesome that like, fuck, like That's when I made Resident Evil, the cartoon, and
Classic.
that's my cartoon that I regret the most.
You
'cause-
made Resident Evil? I want to see that.
Like Jill
Chris.
Valentine in a wheelchair.
Are you actually gonna watch that right now?
I'm gonna watch it right now.
Oh, well, I guess we got time, so I'm going to the room. Chris, it's my worst cartoon.
Resident Evil?
I was trying for like 2 months to write a cartoon,
name is so
and
bad.
I couldn't think of one, so I made one. I just decided that it would be funny if Jill was a paraplegic and Chris has to take her through the mansion like that. And it's really, really,
Let's see
dare I
it.
even say it, horribly gay.
Okay, I'm watching it. That's a nice intro.
This is embarrassing.
Oh, the Phantom Arc. Oh, that's charming.
Are you gonna put the
Don't
put the
it
footage
on.
on screen at the top right?
Resident Evil. That's good.
I'm cringing out my socks, dang it.
This looks charming.
This is how I feel when you put on the Final Fantasy cartoon.
Oh,
and
this is one of my
fucking
earliest cartoons.
Cloud's balls are bouncing everywhere. It's like makes you self-conscious.
Man, if you made this in 2014, you'd be an internet celebrity. I mean, 2004.
Inside of a mansion, Jill.
It's coming through Chris's mic and everything.
Oh fuck!
Isn't it neat?
Wow.
Oh, your voice.
I know.
Who drew
it's
these
bad.
backgrounds?
I had a friend help me with them. It's explosive, my good old hometown friend.
Can I tell you something, Dave?
What?
I didn't know anything about Resident Evil, so I couldn't chuckle along.
That's okay.
You just made Jill.
I know. That's literally the joke. And she also talks like Stephen Hawking.
Actually, you know what Dave's best cartoon is? Is his Pokemon one. His Pokemon Go one.
That one's arguably even worse.
No. Chris, put on his Pokemon Go one now.
This is too. This is embarrassing.
Dude, this is it's like a nice looking cartoon.
Thanks.
It's endearing.
John, because he's a zombie now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Ricky
bad.
splatters brains on the pavement.
How long ago is this?
Sure am.
It's what's horrifying is this isn't even that long ago. I finished this in 2017.
Oh, she had a butt plug.
Go.
Yes, she had funny items in her
Dude,
inventory.
no offense, this is very immature.
What do you think Jill being as the main joke is immature, Chris?
Chris and Jill are exploring the Spencer
I like when she
Mansion.
gets pushed down the stairs in her wheelchair.
Jill's being kind of a downer. Maybe Chris can cheer her up.
Jill, zombies
See,
lie all the
there
time.
you go. They say everybody makes bad cartoons, maybe.
Nice shot,
I love how we're only halfway through the fucking video. Jesus Christ, Dave.
I made it nice and long. I wanted to give people substance.
Okay, I'm on your Newgrounds. Now I'm going to look up.
Pokemon Go to the polls. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
So I think it's Pokemon Go Make Friends. And the Japanese subtitle below it says try not to get...
This is LOL worthy.
Oh, this is like I'm being punished for all the previous sins I've committed in my life for this one moment right now.
Come get free Pokemon.
I like how Chris is like explaining it as if he was a reaction channel.
Yeah, it is. It's very
He's shoving
embarrassing.
his ass on the window.
He's using Pokemon Go to lure in victims. But the child wants the Pokemon really bad.
Dude, this isn't bad.
He's evil.
This would have scared me as a kid. Oh, he's fucking him. Hey, you stole my punchline, asshole. Oh, there we go. Okay.
This is where it makes you all.
He's gonna fuck him now, isn't he?
The facade ends.
Oh, Snaketopia, no.
Yeah, see, it's the best one.
I fucking love that you did a gotcha. He's not gonna rip. No, he is gonna rip him.
See, it is funny, Dave. You gotta appreciate your stuff once in a while.
That one's held up better than the Resident Evil one by a country mile, but it's still all
Country
really
mile.
embarrassing. Oh, it's painful, and I got poisoned.
That was
Okay,
really
wait.
bad.
I found it, right? Like,
she's like a school teacher, right? So she.
What movie is it?
It's called
9/11?
Remember Me, right?
Oh,
so
wow.
there's like this little like scene of like kids at school, and she's like, "This is the date, September 11th, 2001." This just happens at the very end of the movie.
Does this have anything to do with 9/11?
Yeah, it's Robert Pattinson.
Fuck.
What is this?
And then this is the reveal. Ready?
Dude,
What the fuck?
That's
literally
insane.
how the movie ends, and it has nothing to do with that.
What the fuck? Why? They were probably like, nobody's gonna watch this movie anyways. Let's hit him with a curveball.
It's a good curveball, I
It
guess.
is a good curveball.
Did that building really have such small windows?
I don't know, man.
It looks sick.
It's kind of making me gross.
To be fair, I was one of the last people to go in it, but
Really?
wait, have I not told that story?
You may have done.
Here,
maybe you have.
a lot
Did
of
you
my
do it before
family
or after they crashed?
before. It was like
Corey!
it was like a summer
are
trip.
gone.
My family, like, you know, they're like fucking
Damn it!
New York Puerto Ricans, so like. I have family that lived like 2 blocks away from the World Trade Center,
Jesus.
and I went and visited them for the summer, like
shouldn't
right
call it
before
about that.
9/11.
You were a little kid.
And it was like maybe 2 weeks before 9/11 happened, and everyone kind of wanted to go up in the World Trade Center, and my mom was like throwing a bitch fit, and she was like, "I don't want to go," like, and I don't know if this is like retroactive memory, but it's a thing that she used
This
to
is
say all the
selective
time, and so I just remember her saying like, "They're not going anywhere," or something like that.
God.
So like 2 weeks before the fucking towers went down, I like went up in them and then got to see them like fucking go away.
That must have
on
been
the
kind of fucked up.
Well,
It's
you
crazy, yeah.
were saying, well, part of the story to include was you actually met a bearded guy outside the towers.
Yeah, he gave me like this weird
He's like,
walkie-talkie
they might
device
go
that he
be
told me
going
to hide
somewhere.
really, really good in the tower.
Yeah, he was
yeah.
like, "What do you
Oh my
think of them?" And you
God.
were like, "They're a little too tall." He was like, "You're right, they are too tall."
When I was younger, my papa was like, "You are a Native American, son," and I was like,
Were you?
"No, it was a lie."
Why
I
did he
was
say
like,
that?
I don't know. He's a fucking lunatic.
You're supposed to push your toe, your big toe and your little toe into the ground as you walk, and that will help with your back pain.
I must admit, I walk like a fucking idiot. I walk
Dude,
like
you
a
stomp
caveman.
around like a bitch.
Yeah, and I have this other weird dilemma with me. I walk in zigzags. I don't know why I do it. Everyone gets mad at me for it. I really
You
wish
walk in zigzags?
I've never heard that before.
I've never heard someone walk in zigzags.
My mom and dad get really mad at me. Cause like I'd be
get mad at
walking
you.
and I go like I walk like that. Like I walk in like you never notice that.
Your
Chris?
mom calls you a zigzag.
Zag
My dad used to get mad when I walked and never lifted my feet. Like I dragged my feet like a lummox.
You do that.
I know.
Oh.
What's something really weird your parents used to get mad at you for that was like it wasn't a big deal?
Oh yeah,
Touching my cock in public?
Yeah, touching my cock in public is probably a bigger thing that they were like, you can drag your feet, but do not touch your cock in public.
Adam, what was the first you were gonna say? And
It's
you
a
got
shard.
rudely cut off. It's okay.
I did.
I jerked off to my mother's stamp collection.
That's true. You did. You told me the story today. It was cute.
That's cute.
It was. I did it
So
for.
cute.
I jerked off to the same 2 stamps for like a couple of years of my life.
It was endearing.
Yeah, it taught me to like not look at because like I don't need much porn. All I need is a stamp.
You also had another funny story about a childhood friend. We were talking about like shitty computers and like how long it takes for like startup.
Oh,
But you said this really fucking funny about your friend that you had.
Oh yeah. Remember the friend I told you about? I used to fuck pillows with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You prefix this. Double team pillows.
Yeah, we would double team our pillows. But anyway, he had this virus on his computer that brought up a naked dancing girl.
That happened to me as a kid.
And he refused, and every time it came up, he'd just be like, he'd just jack off to it. And he'd be like, no, I want that there. Like, no, that's a virus. And he just refused to admit it was a virus. He was like, no, I like it. Alright, this sounds really narcissistic, but was there ever a point in time when you were a child where you're like, I could beat up any grown up?
Yeah, all the time.
Really? Yeah, I had that too. I'd be like, oh, yeah, fuck them up. I'd
be like,
kill
I
'em.
know their weak spot.
Yeah, I was just like, beat the shit out of them.
Just like fucking pummel their balls like one of those beating sacks.
My papa's really nice.
Yeah.
But one time when I was younger, I don't know why I did this, but I just punched him in the
That was
balls, and that
awesome.
was the maddest he ever been at me.
You punched your pop-up?
In the balls, yeah.
That's just absolutely fucked
Every
up.
time
to
you
do.
say pop-up, I
yeah.
literally think of the fucking Tim and Eric skit where he's like singing.
But I thought
He's all
like,
sweaty and
I don't know
gross.
why I thought he'd laugh at it, but I just like socked him in the balls, and he like fucking screamed at me, and like it was really bad.
You should use your super soaker on them.
Yeah, they don't like water.
Now we can just do a run there.
I have a super soaker.
Do you?
Yeah. When I was
When
a
did you get
kid.
that?
I was a kid.
I had a super soaker too.
I remember my mother never let me have guns.
But she let you have a super soaker. What a
No,
stupid.
No, she was not being stupid. I understand where she's coming from. She didn't want me to turn out to be like a big killer, but
That's fair.
With a super soaker?
no, with like toy guns. She was like, "You're never allowed to have a gun."
When parents
And
say
then
you're
my-
never allowed to do this, it makes you only want to do that.
Yeah, I wanted a gun more than anything after that. And then my grandma was like really sweet, and like before she died, she went out and bought me a gun and was like, "Here."
That's very sweet of her.
my sweet young Padawan.
Don't ever listen to your mother. She
Yeah,
knows nothing.
shoot her if she does.
That's why she doesn't want you to have the gun.
If she says otherwise, shoot
You're like,
her.
Ultraman headshot!
Ultra headshot. Yeah, fuck.
That's
Oh,
sick.
that is sick. God.
Oh, how I love you, sweet Adam.
You know, I was actually.
We'll go to
I was dropped on my head as a baby.
Is that why you are like this?
This is a high possibility. My cousin was babysitting me, and he's a fucking so he dropped me as a baby. And then they didn't tell my mom until like years later.
No way, really?
Yeah.
I used to fall down the stairs on purpose because I thought it was fun.
My dad threw me in under the wheels of his van.
You reversed 3 times.
I guess we all experience different ways of getting hurt.
I guess
when
we're
we
all
were
different in our own unique way.
I guess we all fucking get hurt as children when we were a bit little.
Yeah.
You're not throwing bombs at me, right?
You wouldn't do that to
You're
a man.
freaking dinosaur, dude.
Now we fry you and eat you in buckets.
Did I ever tell you about the book I read in primary school? Like a kid's book. It was in the library, and it was like talking about an eagle that would swoop down and carry children away.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, is this real? And anytime I asked people if it was real, they were like, yes.
I mean, there are incidents of like
No,
birds
but
of
this
prey
book showed
snatching
like
children.
pictures of like a 20-foot eagle like picking up like kids, and like I have no idea what the fuck it was.
All those Irish adults just like messing with you.
Was it like, was there a moral to it? Like, if your kid's bad,
No.
the eagle comes?
No, I think it was like what do you call it? A cryptid thing?
Oh, like Mothman or like
But it was
a
in the school
Bigfoot?
library and it didn't really seem like it was like fake. They like
You should
read.
take a drink of your lager.
They made it seem like it was really happening.
Was it like a children's book or was this?
It was probably for like teenagers to be like, oh, this is scary.
Oh.
But I read it too young and I got really scared of eagles coming down and killing kids.
Not a bad thing to be afraid of. I mean, some of them can pick up like small deers and stuff. I bet they can fucking pick up a kid.
Me and my friend Jack used to play Burnout Paradise and get purposefully taken down. And we had an eye toy so that when you get taken down, it takes a picture of you and sends it to the other player to be like, oh man, we got taken down. But we did it on purpose so we could spread our asshole into the camera and make them look at our assholes. And it was funny.
That's what people did on Uno. People on Uno, when you
and your friend would spread your assholes in the same room together?
When you took your picture, I forget. This was like a big thing that was going on, but on Uno,
We were both very embarrassed. What? Sorry, go on.
No, it's kind of the same thing. Like, you were paired up with random people just to play Uno online.
Yeah.
And when you came in, like, it was a still shot of like whatever picture they had set, and a lot of people were like manhandling their penises and stuff, and just like spreading their asses, and then just like it's like very awkward, uncomfortable. Like, I showed you my dick, you showed me, now show me
People were
yours.
doing that in Mario Odyssey. People had like hacked the Switch to find out a way to upload like their own uploaded PNGs for profile images.
Whoa, really?
Are you serious?
So what they would do with that is once the balloon minigame was added to Mario Odyssey, kids would be like, gotta find the balloon, and they finally jump up to where it is, and they just find a guy like just like strangling their cock on the picture of the balloon.
Strangling.
I could see like Goatsy just right in front of you right when you start. Like fucking Luigi's like, go ahead and get that balloon. The thing about the balloon popping game is if people pop your balloon, it's gone for good. Like you have to set it again. So if they did do like them groping their cock, they would have to reset it if someone got it. So if you put it in a hard to get position, it's there forever, and you go to the top of the board. Like some people on some of those levels have them in like impossible positions doing some crazy like insane jumps, and they've had it for literally like weeks.
Yeah, I know.
So you could have like goatsy and just like a badly compressed Indian guy's penis, just like impossible to get because it's out of bounds in like Peach's Castle or something.
You find the balloon's just a deep fake of your mom being railed.
Go look up violent fist fight at Chuck E. Cheese. You'll see so many videos. If Live Leak was around, you would get endless videos of people breaking each other's noses at Chuck E. Cheese, like flipping tables over.
I remember when I was a really little kid, some other kid like bit me like a zombie in the fucking ball pit at a Chuck E. Cheese.
Ooh.
If some kid did that to me, you don't even know. We don't want to know what would happen.
Yeah, I would break his arm.
Yeah, it like broke skin. Like it was fucking like gnarly.
If a kid bit me as a full-grown adult, I would break his arm.
No, it wasn't as
ball
a
pit.
full-grown adult. I was like fucking like 6 or something.
Ever tell you about this guy in my class when I was a kid? He used to like really annoy me. He would like run after me and like punch me and run away. But one time, so how old was I? I was like 7 or 8. But one time, I caught up to him and I pushed him over and I started kicking him really hard on the ground.
Really?
And it was like way too far. Now that I'm grown up, I'm like, oh, I went way too hard. Like I was kicking him so fucking hard he could have died.
Well, he was the one who
fucked up.
pushed you.
Kids are pretty like resilient. I don't know.
I know, but it was like I was like it's way too far.
Yeah.
I want to go back in time and start kicking that version of myself.
Well, then you'll be
But kick him a
terrified.
little less.
Yeah, just a little bit.
There was a time where I was really angry in PE, and there was this guy who was throwing like, I don't know, it was like chunks of mud from like people. They like cut the grass and they had these like, they look like turd chunks.
Kids really know how to have the best time.
Well, I pretty much jumped on top of him like a wild animal and just started beating him up. Like I was really pissed. I told him, I'm like, if you don't stop throwing mud at me, I'm gonna beat your ass. And he kept doing it, so I'm like, okay, I'm not in a good mood, so that's my justification. I just started like, I got on top of him like a cartoon and just started wailing on him.
Yeah.
And then the not the principal, but the coach came up to me. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, he was throwing mud at me, so I started punching him. And then he's like, oh, we shouldn't have threw mud at him. And I got away with it.
I actually had a really cool teacher one time that was like this kid was like fucking with me. Like he was like flicking me in the back of the head or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop. And he didn't stop. And I'm like, if you don't fucking stop, I'm gonna kick your ass. And
Yeah.
he just didn't stop because he was like, oh, do it. So I just fucking like took him to the ground in a headlock, like right in front of the teacher.
Yeah.
Like I didn't give a fuck. And the teacher was like, you want to tell me why you just got yourself suspended? I'm like, he was fucking with me and like, oh, I didn't say fucking. I was like, he kept like flicking me in the back of the head and I told him to stop repeatedly and he didn't. And he was like, don't flick him in the back of the head. And I was like, oh man, this
You
guy's
didn't get
cool.
suspended?
No, he was a weird, it was like a computer lab teacher where it was just like a guy who, I don't know if his first choice in job was being a teacher, but I'm guessing it wasn't.
It's a really badass line to be like, do you want to tell me why you just got yourself suspended?
No, he was cool. He would be like, he would just randomly fucking start a class and be like, yo, if someone threw a gun over the fence and you grabbed it and then someone came into the class and said, you know, I'm gonna shoot everybody, would you have what it takes to like shoot them?
I don't think so. As a little
you would just
kid.
have conversations like that, or when the movie 300 came out, he didn't see the movie because
Like, would
fucking
you kick? Like,
yeah, would you kick a guy into a hole? He was like ranting about 300 and he was like that movie's fucking stupid because in real life those guys lost. But I mean they lose in the movie, but I don't think he saw it. I think he just thought it was stupid and didn't go see it because he thought that they won in the, I don't know. But
I think it's telling me I have to actually play these stages.
He was a cool fucking teacher. I probably would not have done that in front of like a few of my other teachers, but that guy was cool.
I don't got anything in my ass.
Where's Chris Thorndike? This game sucks.
That's true. Where is Chris?
When that came out and you were like, whoa, Sonic has a friend and his name is Chris, just like me.
Oh,
Did you
man,
like
I felt so represented,
Did
dude.
you briefly really like that and then not after that?
In the first episode, I was like, this is fucking sick. And then there was an episode where they go to like the space colony arc, and I was like, they're following Adventure 2! Oh
my god.
And I was like so hyped. But then it was a very bad show. It was like the worst show ever.
Yeah, I definitely did not stick with it, but I remembered being like, whoa, they're making a Sonic Sonic show, like the video game, and then
I remember the episode where I fell off was just like Sonic was like running around and he couldn't stop, and they're like, why can't Sonic stop running? This is weird. And he's like acting like this is an inconvenience. It's like, this is fucking stop watching it.
Yeah,
I think I watched all of it. I just
I think the Chris Thorndike stuff specifically was what turned me off of it.
So
but he didn't have my name, so there was nothing.
If he was Lyle Thorndike, you might have stuck around.
Yeah, you would have been there to the very end when they went into space.
I don't know what that's like. Anytime there's a Lyle in something, he's always like a nerd or an old man or something.
Really?
So, yeah, like there's never like cool characters named Lyle.
I don't think Lyle's a nerdy name.
No, it's not.
I think it is.
It's a strong name.
I think it's a strong Viking colonizing
Yeah,
name.
you think of colonizing women with the name Lyle. With Corey, you think of someone sipping tea and like tightening their collar.
And tightening an elastic band around their balls.
Yeah, and then tightening a rope around their neck and jumping off a 3-story building.
Man, I was so hyped for Sonic and Brawl.
I think everyone was. Everyone was like, what?
It was the best day of my life.
Did you
honestly.
ever go on the fucking Smash Bros. Brawl website where they would like announce shit like every day?
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. When they fucking announced Sonic, everyone shrieked. Did you ever have a friend that pretended like they unlocked Sonic and Melee because of that fucking
Because of the Nintendo Power April Fool's thing?
There was an April Fool, like an infamous like April Fool's thing that said like if you beat like 100 guys on Cruel Melee or whatever, you'd unlock Sonic and Tails.
Yeah.
And
they had a really convincing screenshot to go with it.
Yeah. And I had a friend that he like pretended, he said that he did it. And he was like, yeah, I'll come over to my house and I'll show you. Oh, get fucked. And I was like, okay, and I was like all excited because, you know, I was really excited to see like Sonic, so like not only did I kind of like inadvertently call him on it, I was like really excited to see it, so I like really, and I went over to this guy's house all the time, so it wasn't like that would be out of the ordinary for me to go to his house. So he kept like coming up with excuses why he couldn't hang out, and then like eventually I just convinced him to let me come over, and he like deleted his save, like blatantly like deleted his save, like, and then he just pretended to be like shocked about it.
What a fucking loser.
he was like, what happened? Everything got deleted.
Dang, look at Tomar hanging in there.
Pisses me off. I told you this would be the year of the Tomar. You didn't listen to me.
Chris, I really want to change our avatar. He's kind of ugly.
I don't agree, actually.
I disagree completely. I like his bananas in pajamas outfit.
This is fucking
I forgot about that show.
It's crazy. Bananas and pajamas, they're dancing teddy bears. Bananas and pajamas.
I didn't even know that was an American thing.
What did you think it
I
was?
thought that was a European thing.
It could be.
Did you guys have Mr. Blobby?
No,
Mr. Blobby's freaky.
But you know of him.
I do know of him.
You didn't have him though.
No,
How do you-
I heard there was like this like fucking defective park with Mr. Blobby now that people go and like deface. I've seen like weird creepypastas talking about how Blobby comes and eats you.
He's a weird one. We also in Ireland had a show called
disturbing.
Bosco that was really popular.
Was it
Bosco.
It was a little puppet. It didn't even have a mouth. It just moved. It
Oh
was
my
just like,
god, that's scary.
It was a little like clown-looking thing with red hair, and it just moved around.
What the fuck?
I think you're supposed to go on that one, Corey.
I honestly don't know what the fuck just happened.
And in Ireland, we had on the main TV show for kids in Ireland, it was called The Den. There was a puppet called Dustin the Turkey.
Dustin the Turkey is a fucking hilarious man.
I fucking hated him.
How are you keeping, Mark? How are you? Jay, what happened to hair? Stevie Wonder, your new hairdresser. Was that for Teleton? God, you're having a laugh. That's not a real haircut, is it?
Like, I hated him so much as a kid.
Why does he look like a turkey, or is he like one of those like weird ugly things?
He looked like a puppet turkey. You know, like, to be fair, he really did look like that, but he just acted like an annoying, like, regular Dublin person.
Dublin person?
Well, I'm a fucking turkey. I'm from fucking Dublin.
I feel like I would love that.
I like being a turkey, and
Maybe
I love
that's just
playing
my American
GAA.
side.
Oh,
Yes,
shit.
I'm bitter, okay?
It's because you were
It's
never
because I was
invited
forced to
Dublin.
play that damn shit, and I fucking hated it,
All right,
okay?
Chris, if you hate it so much, what's Dublin's theme song?
I'm from fucking Dublin. I like to get in fights a lot. What's the story, Dublin? How are you fine?
I think it's cool.
I fucking hate Dublin because
Let's rehearse potato
every
famine.
single time I've gone, something bad has happened. It's just full of scumbags.
Here's what I think of Ireland.
Sorry.
Do you like Happy Tree Friends?
I did.
I used to when I was a child.
Yeah, it's
I
for
remember
it's
being
for
a
like
child, like,
toddlers.
It's for like small brain toddlers.
yeah, it's
Adam.
for like little pea babies.
you
Back when I watched Spider-Man and Spider-Man.
It's mature. It's mature. They get like spikes in the eyes. It's mature.
It is mature.
It's mature.
But it's just like that whole like, oh, it's cute, but it's edgy. It's like that just reminds me of like the DeviantArt era.
I had a DVD of that when I was very young.
You know what?
I didn't know it was an actual show until recently. They actually like had it as a show.
Chris, you say that. I also remember seeing a DVD at Hot Topic I really wanted of Happy Tree Friends, but I never grabbed it at the time.
Why?
Because I didn't have $12. I was just sort of. You ever go into a store at like a mall and just don't have any money, but still want to look at shit?
I would have lent you the $12.
I remember when I was young, I lost 10.
I know you would have.
I lost a €10 or a £10 note in the crack of my mom and dad's car.
Yeah.
And I remember it haunted me for years. I was like, all the things I could have done with those $10.
You know what's so weird about that?
What?
I was the complete opposite. I would just like purposely throw money off of bridges and shit just to be like, oh, there it goes.
Be like, someone in need actually needs this. I
No,
don't
it
need
wouldn't.
this.
No, I remember like the first time I got like a lot of money, and I was like, I remember I brought it to school, and I was walking home, and I was walking over the bridge, and I was like, I'm just gonna rip it up and throw it down the bridge. And I just watched it twirl away, and I was like, okay, that didn't feel
Feels
like
like the
anything.
ending of like Forrest Gump.
I don't know. I've done that like multiple times when I was younger.
You
I don't
were
know how I
freed
did it.
of your earthly vices.
I was literally like Avatar. It was like,
You're a weirdo. I would have been so
nomad.
angry if you did that to my money.
I didn't do it to your money. I did it to my own money. My family was like, we think you're old enough to maturely
Rip
handle
money
this.
up and toss it overboard.
I think it's illegal.
And I got home and I was excited. I was like, I tore it all up and I threw it
Be
away.
like, Mom, all the money you gave me, I ripped it up and gave it to someone in need. Little did you know that even people who are like in need can't even use your fucking ripped up money.
I think you made the right choice.
I always give money to people on the streets and shit.
Yeah, sure you do, buddy.
I do.
I want to play a Shadow. Why
sure
do I
you
have
do,
to
buddy.
play
Well,
a Sonic
I
first?
stopped doing it as much because everyone's always out to trick on me. So I
Trick
stopped
on
doing it
you?
as much, yeah.
Man, those guys at Oneyplays. What are
What
they
are they
gonna
gonna
play
come
next?
up to next?
What are they gonna play next?
What fun fruit roll-ups will they roll up with next?
What the fuck does that mean?
That's like a fucker in brown quote.
It's like an old fruit roll-up commercial.
What'll they roll up next?
Yeah, what do they roll up with next?
Oh, you're right. Climb,
Wait,
Tomar, go.
did they say what do they roll up? No, I thought it was like, oh, they're rolling up fruit.
Oh,
What's
never mind.
next that
Sorry,
they're gonna
Tomar.
roll up?
Oh,
A
nice.
car?
I thought it was what are they gonna roll up with next?
What
it's
are they
like,
gonna roll up next?
Because it's like roll up with a car, but also like come up with I don't know. That's just how I remember it. Maybe it doesn't make any sense, and it's just my
No, yours makes more sense.
Yours
but I
makes-
also-
yours makes old
actual
brain.
more sense than like the professionals who made the commercial. Fruit roll-ups, like I haven't
or
had
maybe
fruit
they
roll-up in
said
forever.
what fruit roll-ups will they roll out with next? Was it roll out? Maybe.
To be honest, like I wasn't a big fan of fruit roll-ups, but I love Gushers.
I liked both.
Gushers did fuck.
Yeah, they were so good. I don't know if I could eat them now, but
If you
I
asked me
definitely
one or
could
the
eat-
other, Gushers were like the primo fruit snack.
Yeah, they were good. I was all about Gushers over that. Actually, when I was a kid, my mom used to get me Slim Jims. My mommy used to get me Slim Jims. I loved them.
Why'd you say my mommy twice?
Yeah.
Because my mommy used to give me Slim Jims.
Man, it's so weird. I definitely played one of these, but I don't
Probably
know
the
if it
third
was this
one.
one or not.
I had all three and I liked them all at the time, but 3 was my favorite.
2 and 3 were my favorite. 1, I was just like,
I definitely
I'll
went
play
to
it
like
whenever.
a family wedding that went on for way, way too long, and I had one of these games, and just I beat the shit out of that game in the time it took for the wedding to like end.
Holy shit, probably Sonic Advance 2.
I have weird memories of just
Or
like
no, Sonic Advance 3.
being on an American road trip and having Sonic Advance 3 and my headphones in, and I kept going into the sound test and playing the final boss music over and over.
That song's awesome.
It was really good.
I don't
It was
blame you.
What?
Well, at least you learned your lesson. I will push you up until you're against the wall and then continue pushing you.
I will open your mouth with my fingers and keep pulling until I see red funny juice.
You can use me like a piggyback. Put coins anywhere you want.
I have a coin slot where my penis should be.
My cork.
Where my cork should be. My name is
We've established that he calls it his cork.
He's becoming Xavier and an angel.
I'm glad we played RoboCop.
People are gonna be so sick of the fucking RoboCop voice by this.
I am justified in cutting stance.
Go to watch him go.
I can't do a good Xavier. You do
Dead
it.
or alive, you're cupping to my Kapzugak.
Thank you,
Get
Lyle.
into my way.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Whoever made that is a genie arse.
It's the Wonder Shows and guys did that.
Oh.
They did another one called Shivering Truth, which was like weird claymation, and it looks like it took a lot of work, and I don't think anybody watched it, but it was funny.
It's probably one of the best things that Adult Swim has made in a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy how good it is, but it's weird as fuck.
Claymation is one of those things that most people don't want to look at.
It's so weird like that, because I'll look at it and I'll go, it looks like that took so much work, but I hate the
If
way
I
it
show that
looks.
to my mom or dad, they go, ugh.
Well, it works perfectly for what it's trying to do. It has, that's trying to be uncanny.
Yeah, in that instance, yeah. Whenever I see claymation, for some reason my brain just goes to like being sick and like watching those fucking like Christmas like Rudolph
the
in
Rankin Bass.
Toyland.
Yeah.
They creep me out.
Yeah, they creep me out, and that's just kind of what I associate stop motion with.
It's funny. I grew up with those as a kid. They did creep me out. I thought they were funny because they looked so stupid.
I just thought they were really boring, and I would be like on the couch sick with the flu like almost every December, and then that would be on, and I just kind of have to watch it.
You were forced to watch it?
Not forced to, but it was like that or like Judge Judy in daytime television.
I would rather
watch
Judge Judy.
I made the wrong call.
Isn't it funny?
I'll admit it.
She's still going. She's got like on season 50 or something.
She's got to be dead by now. If there was a baby and it was 6 feet tall, would it be stronger or weaker than a normal guy?
I don't. It would be
what's the
weak. It has no
strength for-
muscles.
Yeah, its face is mush.
But they're like
it can't fight back.
They're like girthy though for their size.
Oh. So you mean if you scaled a baby up?
Yeah. If you scaled a baby up to 6 feet, would it be stronger or weaker than a normal guy?
It'd probably be stronger.
No,
I don't know.
it would not. No, it would not.
So
it
wait.
would be frail.
No, but if you scaled up like a buff dude, he'd surely get stronger by being scaled up.
Yeah, he also has to be scaled up 6 feet.
But would it dry out the density so he's technically not getting any stronger? I don't know.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the science of scaling it up. I'm saying
I know,
like
the baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not.
There's
I'm not
a
an
movie,
expert
Chris.
on that.
It's called Honey, I Blew Up the Baby, and I
I've
loved
seen
it when I was a kid.
I used to watch the shit out of that when I was a kid.
I love that movie.
But then if you watch it as an adult, it sucks.
It's horrible.
It's really bad.
Filth.
And like I was
It was
expecting
so
the
good when I
effects to
was a
be like
kid,
really
though.
good. The effects of him growing.
Why did you bring? You put the spikes away for literally 1
Lyle, have you
millisecond.
seen that
Dang it
movie?
all!
Not
Dang it all, Jiminy
recently,
Jim!
but
Fuck
there's a
you!
scene where the baby's running around the house and it's clearly just like a grown man and a babysitter.
I do
It looks
remember that.
so bad. I used to remember that looking so good, but it looks terrible.
It looks so bad. I do remember that. Now that I'm thinking about it, the kid has like this he has this like orange ginger hair that you can't miss it, and he has these like fucking like
oh fuck.
He has these like Stewie overalls that are like unmissable as well.
Yeah.
So when you
They wore
see this like
Stewie
tiny
overalls.
man running around, it's creepy.
Yeah.
You know what? I remembered this recently because I was watching the Kenobi show.
Kenobi.
Yeah, the fucking Obi Kenobi show.
Yeah.
And
that show was so boring.
Yeah, that show, that like half of that show, they cast this actress for like baby Leia, which is just
damn it.
shouldn't be a thing, but
Thank you, Chris, for being on it.
like half of it is it's a kid that's like so young that
shit.
when
I
she
got one.
runs she's still like off balance and stuff.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of like the opening of Baby Geniuses when they have like the baby escaping from the facility and they just have it like fucking like running around.
Yeah, I remember that. That looks so bad.
Oh, I did it.
He did it.
Oh, I did it. Oh God, fuck that boss. Fuck everything that could be about that boss.
You know what was the only good thing about Honey, I Blew Up the Kid?
When he got fucking exploded into a million pieces.
When the military came and blew his face up. Yeah. No, actually, it was the song that played, the Ice Cream Van song. I still remember. It was like. Do you remember that?
I just remember like they sung a song to the baby. Excuse me, I didn't mean to burp. I remember the facility looking really fucking cool.
I think they nuked the baby in the end, right?
Well, they
Yeah, they realized that it wasn't going to stop growing, and they make the tearful decisions.
No,
Sad.
spoilers. They make the mom big to quell the baby.
Do they really?
Yeah, and then later on,
Does
like,
she do like really big breast?
No,
Not
no.
that I'm interested.
no. What I was gonna say is like they hint that like
Oh, you're
he's
sick.
like maybe we can go on a date like this sometime, and she like kind of like
Really?
clearly like some micro shit.
It is kind of sexy. That's probably where that thing I had came from. I had past
I no
tense.
longer have a macro thing. What?
I don't have that anymore. I got an itchy dick is what I got. Shit, dude. The motion picture magic.
I remember when I was a kid, we went to Universal Studios, and there was like a water world like stage show thing, like stunt show. And one of the guys like fucking like fell off the jet ski and slammed into the fucking dock.
Not really.
Yeah, and they like they picked him out of the. He wasn't like integral to the play, so they just basically like fished him out of the water, and then it continued as usual. But yeah, it was I don't know if that guy like died or what.
He's dead.
Well, I'll ever tell you my rat story?
You have a rat story? Oh,
yeah.
do tell.
I feel like I told it on Sleepy Cabin or some shit, but it's really short. It was basically that when I was growing up, we had a rat that would always climb our bird feeder and eat the food, and our bird feeder is right at the kitchen window where everyone can see it. Like, you pretty much have to look at it while you were eating. And so this rat would climb up and start eating the bird seed, and we were like, God damn, there's that fucking rat again! And we'd like open the window and scream at the rat, and he wouldn't even like drop her, and he would just look at us and like kind of look confused while we screamed at it. So he would just keep eating the bird food. And then my mom was like, she called her brother Jimmy, and she was like, Jimmy, can you come over and get rid of this rat for us? And my Uncle Jimmy was like, oh, you surely can, Marion. And then he came over and he brought a shotgun, and and he brought over all my little cousins, and we were all just like looking out the window at this fucking rat just eating the food, and he's just like slowly walking up behind it with a shotgun, and he aimed it at the fucking rat. And then suddenly the entire window just exploded with blood, and it was fucking amazing. And that's my rat story.
I'm surprised the shot didn't break the window.
Yeah, I don't really know how he did that. Maybe it was like some kind of like concentrated shot rifle thing. I don't really. It looked like a shotgun. Maybe maybe I'm misremembering.
It
but
could have been like a quailing gun or
I
something.
also think it was kind of risky to aim it right, like, you know, at the rat through the window. I don't know how he did that. Maybe he was aiming down.
Maybe your uncle, and I don't want to put thoughts in your head, but maybe he sees in slow motion. Like, maybe he can see, like, the fucking wings of a bee flap.
I definitely remember little guts spraying on the window. That it was funny.
That's fucking metal.
When I was younger, my dad owns a candy shop, and there's these candies called Chewits, and they're real gummy, chewy things. And one time I was at my dad's candy shop in his office, and I was like, Dad, can I have some Chewits? And he was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then I grabbed like a fuck ton of Chewits because I was a bastard, and I rolled them all up into a huge ball of Chewits, and it was like upstairs in his like office, right outside his office is like kind of an attic-y kind of like dusty area. So the Chewit ball was like covered in dust. And I walked into his office and I'm like, Dad, look at this, look what I made. And he fucking screamed at me, and he's so fucking mad. He's like, look what you fucking did! And I was like, that's disgusting, get rid of that! And I was like, Jesus. It was like the stupidest thing. It was like a huge fucking like ball of Chewits.
Did you like keep it around, or?
No, he made me throw it away.
Oh.
That reminds me of a story when I was real little. And like
I was old enough.
I like rolled up like a piece of gum into this like I'd say it was a friend of mine. It was just like a neighbor's kid who was even younger than me, and I was like rolling up gum in his hair and I'd be like, look, it makes little ball. And I got in so much trouble.
Oh my god.
when we finally like went back to our parents and he had all this fucking gum stuck in his hair.
That's pretty bad.
They had to like cut a bunch of his hair out.
That's some shit you should like explain to kids before you give it to them.
Yeah.
We're stupid, ridiculous.
It's just fucking stupid and annoying.
Oh, that went right up your ass.
Corey, please do that again.
Turned one white. What the hell?
Do it again.
I'm scared,
Corey,
Chris.
go back. Make it go up your ass
Chris,
again.
I'm afraid to fucking do that when they're jumping.
Just
fucking
do
green
it.
bean.
Do it.
All right, fine.
You're being a hoe. Now do it. Yeah.
That's so weird.
Do it again.
What happens when
it
it's
actually goes up your ass? That's actually the mechanic there. but
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Corey, you gotta do it again.
Editor, make it feces colored. Fuck,
Corey,
it's,
do it again.
it's hard, Chris. I gotta land directly on it.
That's good. You're doing it. Stop being a pussy and fucking do it.
I've never gotten all these.
Well, you're going to this time.
So this is what we're waiting for, huh?
Yeah. Why
Okay.
is this mechanic?
I don't know.
I
It
guess that's
throws you.
That's as deep as you can get it. I actually don't know.
That's so weird.
Poor decaf.
Oh wait, it gave you health. I think. Were you at full health before you did
Oh
that?
shit, you're right.
Oh.
What? What? Okay,
Those are
well,
health Benoit balls.
all right. Well, it's good to fucking know. I didn't know that.
See, they're trying to make kids shove stuff up their ass
Yeah,
by
at
playing
a
these
young
games.
age. This I could not play this game in front of my mother. She would pick up on those like signals real quick.
Is that skeleton shoving things up his ass?
And is he getting his health back? Is that a beneficial thing?
Only straight games for you, mister.
Fuck, I hate these things.
She like sits you down and makes you play like 8 hours of Leisure Suit Larry.
I played the first one as a kid.
I mean, it's okay. It's just like if you played one game, you played them all. I don't really get like the point of playing like 15 fucking Larry games.
Not to throw my dear old father under the bus, but he played that with me and my sister, and he thought it was just a funny game. And then he got to the room with the prostitute, and he went, "Oh," and he turned it off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the game is. It's about like being an ugly, like fucking like tycoon, someone who looks like they own a gas station, winning girls over.
Yeah. He's a bad character, honestly.
He's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a sleazeball. That's what's charming about him winning the girl. Oh, here we go, boss fight.
You know, I actually beat that a few years ago.
Leisure Suit Larry?
The first one, because I was like, I want to play that game my dad showed me as a kid, and I downloaded it, and then I played it, and then it was so old that it made sounds. The music came from the hardware on the computer and not the speakers.
Weird.
So the computer was going like, and I was like, this is scaring me. I thought it was like,
what do you mean the hardware on the
like
computer?
there must be some kind of like thing on the computer that makes like some kind of sounds, because it was playing music through my PC tower and not the fucking speakers.
That is so bizarre.
I know. And then yeah, I beat it and it was fucking awesome. It's the best day of my life. Alright, it was pretty it was not the best day of my life.
Man, I remember when I was young, my uncle gave me a deal where he was like, "Hey little buddies, like you got a PlayStation 2, huh?" And I was like, "Uh-huh." Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, but what's that?" He's like, "You got no games." I was like, I had like Starsky and Hutch and like other gay crap. So he's like, "Here's the deal." He's like, "Have you ever heard of a Nintendo 64?" And I was like, and he's like, "Look," he's like, "I have a Nintendo 64 and all these games."
Whoa.
He's like, "If you let me borrow your PlayStation 2, which was brand new at the time,"
yeah.
He was like, "Any game I buy for it, when I give it back to you, I'll let you have. And in the meantime, you get the N64 and you get to play all the games I have."
Who said this to you?
This is my uncle.
Oh.
So he was
Is this
just
your
like,
cool
he was
uncle?
in his mid-20s, so he just wanted to not have to buy a PlayStation. He just wanted to play a bunch of shit.
Dave, I can't get this.
But
is hard.
like, in reality, that was the sweetest deal ever. Because when I was a kid, like this game just reminds me of sitting down and being all cozy, playing like Ocarina of Time was like the main jam. I was too stupid as a kid to play Mario 64. That shit was too hard.
Yeah.
I also played this game that was really gay called Jet Force Gemini. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That game's weird. It's ugly as shit. It kind of gave me like nightmares. It's like really freaky.
That was like Rare's like fucking like big shooter. Like
I
it
love
was
your
such
uncle's
a big
just this
deal.
like conniving bastard.
Yeah, he seems like a
preying
real,
on a
real
small
asshole.
child and like stealing his games console.
There we go.
Did he give you back your PS2?
Yeah, he would, and he did,
Okay.
he held to his word. He gave me the games he got. So like,
Didn't you say one of your uncles was a complete chode?
oh yeah,
Was
no,
it him?
that's bad memory. No, one of my uncles on my mom's side. This story is so gut wrenching. When I was a kid, the Wii had a feature. Some of you may remember, where you could put SD cards inside of the Wii. So there was one family gathering where I was like, "Everybody, give me your..." Oh fuck. Where I was like, "Give me your SD card so I can draw on it." So I would take everybody's SD cards and I would like, and I would just draw them like sucking penises and all their pictures and stuff. It was a blast.
Yeah.
But then later, after we all went home and I wasn't at my cousin's house, no more like Nintendo Wii. And then like, my uncle was like, "Hey buddy, I know that you were asking for SD cards earlier." And he's like, "My wedding photos are gone." He's like, "I can't find my SD card." I was like, "Wow, well, tough shit. I didn't fucking take your SD card."
Like you said that as a kid. Just
Yeah, I'm
like,
just a cute little 6-year-old. Tough shit. But my family was like, they were like, yeah, they're like, "You better give your uncle his stuff back." And I was like, I literally don't have it. And they're like, no, you're always naughty. You're always taking stuff you shouldn't. They're like, listen, just give it back, okay? And I was like, no, I genuinely don't have it. And they were like, well, if you're just not going to be cooperative and you're just going to do that, I guess we're just going to have to take your PS2, which, dude, even before the family trip, I was like, should I take my PS2 with me to visit my mom's side of the family? I was like, well, I don't want to have no games, so I guess I'll bring it. But now they took it from me.
Yeah.
And now they're like, well, you can either never get this back ever again for the rest of your life or give us the SD card. And I was like, no, wait. I was like, you have to believe me. I don't mean to say tough shit. I just don't have it.
You're like the boy who cried wolf for so many times.
Yeah, no. And so then they're like, come on now. They're like, just give it back. I was like, no, I don't have it. You have to believe me. And they're like, well, I guess we're just going to have to take these memory cards and sell them. And
that's
dude,
fucked up.
This shit had like every game save I'd ever played, like every Kingdom Hearts game, all the Shadow of the Colossus, 100% Ratchet and Clank files, like everything. And I begged them not to, but they were just like, well, if you want it back, just be a good boy and give us the shit back. And I just didn't have it, so like they thought I was lying and I just had nothing to give them.
That's bullshit.
And then I remember talking to my uncle years later, and I was like,
so they took your PlayStation 2 and memory cards
with no evidence.
Yeah, and memory cards
forever,
with no
never
evidence.
give it back,
and never gave it back ever.
The fuck?
Man, wait, what the fuck? Where are you supposed to fucking go?
I have no idea.
I think you can throw your thing to get light.
Oh, we already went there. Oh, see, I was trying to get over there, but that looked too far.
Well. You're just in the dark.
That's scary.
I think it appears back at the main entrance of the shit, but I'm just gonna go in here. You know what? I'm just gonna die.
Yeah, this is the whole light thing mechanic is cool, but it's really fucking hard to see. I would have just liked to have one of those little beta male goats follow you around in your Amazonian goat ass, and
blows
then
glow bubbles at you.
Yeah, exactly. Just carry a little bubble baton and like follow you. Continue your story, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
There was definitely more to the story that was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so painful. It's like real fast. I'm gonna return to last save.
When the fuck was that? Do your move. Do your stomp move.
Oh yeah, if we don't have that would be sad. Uh-oh. Corey.
Dave.
The fucking nervous laughter. You went,
Corey. I got a bad news for you, Corey.
You know what would make this better?
If I got my PS2 back from my dirty fucking uncle.
No. Dave, you've heard of the Bowser Room, right?
What? Bowser Room?
It's a real room.
Have you heard of it?
Where's that?
In Mario 64, you gotta go up on the roof and do a crazy weird clipping trick, and then you fly into it.
Is that real?
That is real. You can look it
so
up on
good.
YouTube.
Good job, dude.
Thanks, bro.
That was awesome. That was beast.
Dave, look it up quick.
Yeah, look it up on your phone.
The Bowser Room.
Let me do something real fast.
Okay, you play.
No, not that.
Just kill me, thanks.
I wouldn't try to do that. How do I
Bowser
slide?
Room.
Oh, that's how I do it.
Mario. Chris, this is real, right? This is gonna take
Go
me
on
to like
videos. There's a weird smell in here.
It smells really good. What the fuck is that?
It's like burning.
I think Jack's like cooking something
I think
downstairs.
he's lit the kitchen on fire.
No, he was baking something in the oven.
Oh, banana bread.
Oh, dude, he's making banana bread? I love fucking banana bread. It's so good. I mean, you did have a fuck ton of bananas.
True.
That's a good
What the
call.
fuck is this?
That's it. You found it.
What is it?
It's the Bowser Room.
Wait, I'm watching this. Whoa.
You gotta do a crazy glitch. Ooh.
Okay, I'm waiting for him to get the fuck in it. Damn, this guy's going all around. He's going up where Yoshi normally is.
He's really good.
Okay, he's doing some parallel universe shit. What the fuck?
Isn't that crazy?
It's not
Is
real.
that like a little bedroom?
It's real, Corey.
That's not. No, there's no fucking way that's real.
That's fucking real.
Is it
There
photo
is-
of Princess Peach in his bedroom?
Chris.
Yeah.
There is literal Turbo Spurgs who know how to fucking like beat the game without pressing the A button
This
more
has a
than
unique
like once.
song?
It's real.
There's no way it's real, you freaking troll.
Why is it a photo of Mario in his room?
Yeah,
Because
what's
he
that?
fucking hates him so much, he goes to bed thinking about him.
Wow, that's the next level hater.
I know.
Dave,
What?
you're getting trolled so hard, it's honestly cringe.
What the fuck? This guy broke his game.
I know, you're not supposed to access it because it's deep within the code.
That's scary.
I know.
But that sounds like a lie.
It's not.
I mean, I just saw footage of it. It looks pretty real.
Look for it again. Look for someone else who did it.
Shut up, Corey.
What do you mean?
Corey, wait, where are you?
I don't know.
I just went back to the game after seeing the Bowser room. Oh, dude, hit the slide, then hit the jump, dog.
No, you're a goat.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh.
I said she's a dog. And you yelled at me.
That's
I didn't
right.
yell at you, Chris.
Well, you were being
Chris,
freaking...
what was that you just showed me?
The Mario room?
Yeah.
It's the Bowser room.
Wouldn't there be like a speedrun % on like speedruns.com about that? Or do the people don't know about it? Is this new? It's a new discovery?
It's a new discovery.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
I know.
Get to the wall, you
You're hitting the other trigger.
Wait, which? Oh,
it's right trigger. It's right
Oh,
trigger.
I'm a fucking idiot.
You're triggering
Oh,
me.
it's so good.
There you go.
So fun.
Corey
so good.
owns SJW Dave.
I would never do that. I saved recently, so it doesn't matter if I die. This is hard as fuck.
Let me see this.
I don't even think you have to do that. I just want to do that. Oh, okay. Well, just like fucking own me in like one fell swoop,
bro.
Whoa, this is awesome. Yes.
Size looking for
Editor,
attention.
what?
Oh, hey, look where I am.
That was the room. It was
The Bowser
totally
room?
fucking pointless. No, not the.
Whoops.
Editor, make her fly into the Bowser room just now.
Don't do that.
Chris, the Bowser room was like made by you, right?
Yeah.
Is that fake? How'd you make that?
I didn't make it. I drew it and then someone else made it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Okay.
Dave, when I was in secondary school, which is high school, I was like 14 years old, and people were talking about Mario 64, so I went home and emulated it. And in MS Paint, I cut out Mario, and I made a fake room instead of an animation program called Animator, and it was 3D. And I printed it out on paper and brought it to school and bragged that I found a Bowser room.
That's awesome. That's
fucking cool.
That's really sick. No, I want to say
nobody
that.
believed me.
No, Chris, I was watching. I remember watching a 3-hour Mario 64 Iceberg. And they said that the Bowser room, but they said the guy who's like, I'm not sure what this is. They're like, but it's like an Oneyplays reference, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
really
what the hell are
weird.
they talking about?
Yeah, yeah, I did that.
But you actually made that.
Yeah, that's real.
No, I didn't make that video.
No,
so
but
someone took,
you were
But you
inspired
devised it.
I guess, yeah.
That's really cool.
It's fucking weird.
But you're a part of the Mario 64 lore. That's pretty awesome.
Yep, everyone's talking about it.
You know, I have a story. I don't know if I really want to say it because it's kind of like really cringe and lame.
Corey, start off with when I was a young warthog.
When I was a young warthog, I made this character ages ago, like way back. It was like this character. It was kind of similar to like Smash Girl in a way, but it's like she. Oh man, I don't know. This is gonna be really lame to say, but I made this character named Bump Girl.
Yeah.
Dude,
And-
man,
yeah,
when
and-
you told me you made this, it blew my
Yeah,
mind.
no, yeah, I made this character named Bump Girl, and I posted it all over 4chan, and they got really pissed off at me and banned me because I was being a fucking and spamming it, which deservedly so. I got banned.
Yeah.
But then one day, I just started seeing Bump Girl fucking everywhere because people were drawing Bump Girl because Bump Girl was supposed to.
Zone animated Bump Girl and that huge like 4chan like Swift.
Yeah, like I forget the guy's. It was like Sage Man or something. I was like obsessed with cringe, like that sort of stuff. But yeah, I made like she fought Sage because she bumps, and Sage destroys things.
Yeah.
So Bump Girl was his biggest enemy, and I was trying to push that people would make Sage and Bump Girl porn.
Dude, that is so sick. Yeah,
And
that's fucking awesome.
Like I posted it and I drew it in like MS Paint, but then like a lot of people went back and fucking like there was tons of art of it. It's one artist drew like so many pictures. They might as well own it at this point.
But but then she ends up holding like the hammer, right?
No, that got added. I think that got added later. She just had bump on her head, or like a bee or something. It was like a purple bee. But you can tell, like if you look at it, it's like that looks like something I would draw because it looks like Smash Girl. It's like her old Smash Girl design.
What's crazy about that though is that's a character that like when I started using 4chan in like 2008, I would see that character just like fucking everywhere, like all the time. They were just like mixed into a part of like site culture.
Yeah, it was really easy to draw.
Corey, I found a gif of her bouncing her tits. So, did you do that?
No, I didn't. Oh wait, maybe I did actually. That looks like something I'd animate
Yeah,
back
that
in the
looks
day.
like your style.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I drew that, and it kind of just took off, and it's pretty cool. It was like when I did Power Trip. I didn't expect people to get so attached to Smash Girl. And they started drawing her, and I'm like, that's awesome.
Do you guys remember Metabots Roboto?
Metabots.
Yeah.
I knew of Metabots. I never really watched it.
Oh, that was like not your time though, really.
I mean, it was on, but I think maybe a little too old for it already.
Like Transformers.
No, it's like there you go, Metabots Roboto, and then they
it was like it was sort of like it felt like a Digimon kind of wannabe.
No, it was like if Pokemon were robots.
But Digimon's a Pokemon wannabe.
I mean,
so it's like
I heard that Digimon was actually created before Pokemon.
I heard that too, actually.
Yeah,
I heard that too.
But how do we?
Because it was like a PS1 game.
Oh,
what? It started as a PS1? No way.
Hold on, let me.
Why are we playing
There's
that?
no way.
I'm looking this up. What came first, Digimon or Pokemon?
Or the egg?
I bet Nintendo are gonna pay for some lies.
What came first?
Dude, I used to wake up before school every morning to watch Pokemon when I was a kid.
Oh, I love
I've never
Pokemon.
done anything like that since.
And I listen to the fucking song.
That's how addictive it was
So
for a
sorry, I was spreading misinformation. According to, well, this is an AI.
Yeah.
AIs are wrong.
They hallucinate.
They are.
Hold on,
They
no.
are.
But this does say Pokemon is older as the games were published in '96. Anime Pokemon was released in '97.
That's some shit. That's not true.
Well, wait, Digimon became a show in '99.
Oh.
Oh,
One Piece is 97.
Digimon became a show in 99.
One Piece was 97 though.
I see.
And that's the year I was born, brother.
Oh my god, Screaming
Yeah, but you
Skull.
actually started then to catch up. There's so many episodes, so I can't
I'm
remember
already
which.
almost there.
Oh,
You started in 97.
I did
Digimon.
not start watching it the moment I was born.
Digimon became my life in '98.
Digimon was your...
Wait, really? You
Oh,
rebelled against
no.
Pokemon?
Yeah, man, I used to be like, Pokemon's stupid, Digimon's way.
No, you didn't.
I did.
That's disappointing to me.
Why?
I guess not. It's just
So
like...
Digimon was in the U.S. first, but Pokemon was out in Japan first.
Right.
That
Wait.
seems to be the consensus.
Pokemon was like crack to kids, and then Digimon was like the substitute.
And Digimon was in the U.S. originally as like a virtual pet, not as like a full-blown like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was literally. It was supposed to be like the more masculine version of Tamagotchi. I think they were both made by VTech.
Tamagotchi.
I remember there was I remember there was this fucking summer camp I used to go to as a kid, and I was so obsessed with Pokemon cards. Do you remember you could only get the Ancient Mew if you went to the movie?
Yeah.
Like I did all that shit.
I got it in my VHS tape somehow.
Forget I said VTech. I didn't mean to say VTech. I just meant to say
fuck,
VPet, as in virtual pet.
And I remember this obese kid. Like I was like 11 or 12.
He ate your Pokemon card.
No, he was like, my parents got these from Japan. These, and he had the coolest cards ever that were the Japanese ones. I was like,
I feel like I had that exact same experience with like I had a lot of rich friends because I was in a private school, and
Mr. Moneybags.
I was like, he doesn't even care.
I was by far like the poorest student at the school. Like,
I'm underwater.
but
No, I just feel empathy for you.
But no, like a ton of my friends like had already started importing Japanese Pokemon cards as soon as like it was a thing, and I remember being a little jealous.
Did you ever decide to rob one? Ever like had a temptation for it?
No.
You were never tempted to just fucking take them?
Nope.
That's good.
I never
like
stole
that.
anything from my friends.
I've
That
never
I will
stolen.
say.
I've never stolen in my life.
So my school stole an entire class worth of Pokemon cards.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, and then the teacher.
Like they came in during recess and like stole them out of everyone's desk.
Yes, and I remember the teacher.
Evil.
She tried making it into like a big thing, and she was like, "This is a story now. At the end of the story, someone's going to come in and put the Pokemon cards back, and it will be a happy ending." And then, yeah, she's like, "We're all good to leave now." And then we all left, and then we came back, and then we were like, no one has their cards back. And then she was like, and then we were like, what happens to the story? And she was like, there's no ending to the story. We're like, it just broke all of our autism.
I guess you win, Chris.
Dude, you know when I was younger, I fucking called the police.
When you were younger.
Out of
I said when you
hotel.
were hungry for a second.
No, I was not hungry, but I was in a hotel and I called them and they were like, "What's your emergency?" And I was like, "I'm sorry," and I just hung up. He was telling me I had to get a King James Bible. I was like, alright.
Oh, no, don't go to that church. That's
No?
not Catholic. That's Protestant.
I'm not Catholic.
Protestant.
Nasty.
You just upset all the Irishmen in the room.
No, I made them proud.
Yeah, you know, the Irish hate the Protty bastards.
I never
Well,
been
they
to a
don't. They don't
church.
actually. Some of them do, I guess.
It is kind of funny.
My
I'm kidding,
fingers itchy.
Protestant.
Just kidding, Protties.
Most of America is Protestant, I think.
Dude, when I was a kid, because in Ireland, dude, people like speak about this stuff. Like people speak behind each other secrets. And I remember my friend's brother was. We were going over to their aunt's house, and he goes, or their uncle's house, and they're like, "Yeah, his wife is a prostitute." And I was like, "What? Huh?" Yeah, and then I found out later he meant Protestant.
They're both pretty bad. Dude, I had a trophy.
Black Wolf sure takes its swimming seriously.
For what?
But
World's worst spine.
Go Otters.
Oh.
No, just kidding. I had a trophy for swimming and throwing a football super hard that it went over the sky and never came down.
That was definitely a fluke.
I know.
100%. Dude, once, no, don't feel bad. Once in school, one guy kicked a ball really hard. It hit me on the head and then it went in the goal. It just smacked me in the head. And I was so proud. I was like, I did it. I scored a goal. I'm a cool kid.
Dude, I had a moment like that also where one time we went to hurling camp during the summer and I was renowned for being the worst out of everybody. And one time, a kid behind me was really nice. He's like, "Chris, seriously, dude, you got this. You can do this thing." We were supposed to hit a ball over a goal in the distance, and I picked it up and I smacked it and went straight over the top, you know, where you're supposed to hit it. And then I did it again, and then I did it again. It was like, yes! I was like, oh my god, it feels so good. And then after that, I could never do it again.
That happened to me in golf as well.
That's why you gotta, like, as soon as you do something good, you never fucking touch it again. Yeah. You just leave people with the impression that you're good at it and then never, like, contradict it.
Me and Chris played golf recently, but it was like one of those, not pitch and putt, what was it? A driving range?
Yeah.
And the way that the building was set up, it was just like a square. And
Yeah, there was like a roof hanging down over us.
And our friends, like the guys we hang out with, they're like manly men.
They're all
so they know how to do like sports stuff.
They're so manly.
But me and Chris don't. And we just kept hitting the like.
We kept smacking it exactly vertically up, so it would hit off the roof and ping around the room, almost
like
killing everybody.
Put a hole in our fucking.
It could have killed people. It was like nuts.
I should give up. Chris, who's your most bullied teacher?
Bullied teacher. I remember one of our nicer teachers, he cried one time and left.
It always happens. It's the nicer ones that,
He was just a nice old man, and people wouldn't stop talking. It was really sad.
There was a teacher at our school that, like, had the numbers on his arm and everything, and people would try to, like, bring up that kind of shit.
What? Like, he was Jewish?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
He was like an actual Holocaust survivor. I never had his class, but like I heard that people would like try to like shit on him and stuff like that. And I guess his wife left him at some point over the course of the year, and people would like throw that in his face.
That's so mean.
No, kids at my school were fucking evil. I know that I've told the fucking gym teacher miscarriage story on here, so I'm not gonna repeat it. The TLDR is that we had a gym teacher that had a miscarriage, and people would try to get her to cry.
Dude,
in order to
oh my god, bro, you just reminded me of something. This actually is so mean. I don't know if I can actually even say it on here.
Go on, Lyle.
There was this quite rotund teacher, her name was, and she was not a good teacher either.
Aww.
And I kept getting kicked out of her class, and I had to stand out the door, but they had the, you know those frosted windows?
Yeah.
And I was doing like the kind of, I was like, you know, like I was going like, I was pretending to be obese. I was putting my arms out like stretched out all the way and stuff. But the window was frosty, so I didn't see her seeing me. And she started crying. She told me to go to the office, and I feel like a monster still.
Well, you are.
I know.
We hate you.
But the thing is, the like hottest girl in school was like laughing and encouraging me to keep doing it while the teacher was looking at me.
It's fucking evil.
Did you get laid from that?
No,
if you got
dude,
laid,
I
going.
never did. No, I didn't. I didn't.
That's a layup.
No, tell more stories from school, dude.
Well, we had this teacher called Mr. And we called him the Bulge. And when you said your teacher started crying, that just reminded me of he started crying.
That's not a fun story.
Because of his giant bulge?
Yeah.
That's a sad story.
I mean, I have a lot of stories from school. Like, I wasn't allowed to go to our school vacation. Everyone was allowed to go to Barcelona, but there were 3 of us that weren't allowed to go.
Yeah.
Because we were troublemakers.
Did I ever tell you about my really pathetic teacher that I really hated?
No.
He was like, on the first day of school, he tried being really cool, and he came into an auditorium full of like first years, and then he went, does anyone here know who I am? And then, like, one guy put his hand up, and he's like, what did they call me? And then the guy was like, the killer. He was like, that's right. And then he tried being cool. Like, he'd seem smiling when he said it. And then he would just, like, bully students. He always carried a hurl around, and then he would sneak up behind students and knock them on the head with it, kind of.
Man, I feel you're
carried what around?
A hurl, like, it's basically like a hockey stick.
And he'd hit students with that?
He would give them, like, little light taps on the head when they were, like, trying to do their work, and he'd be like, and he was a drunk. He'd walk around school drunk all the time.
Oh, man.
That's the most Irish teacher I think I've ever heard a tale of.
Yeah, he's like, they call me the killer.
Oh, you're making me feel so bad about, like, I'm forced to remember the shit I did to teachers. Like,
I killed him.
No. There was one that, like, anytime it was right when smartphones were coming out. This is how old we are. There were people took videos of me pretending to hump my teacher when he was bending over to like, help another student. I was like, oh yeah. And I was just joking. And then like, if he'd like turn around to write on the whiteboard, I would throw wet tissue paper on the whiteboard and just go. Like, it was just the most unadulterated, like, horrible fucking shit.
Alright, I'm done. No more.
Yeah, no, we go way back, dude. Like, I remember doing, like, collabs together and shit on Newgrounds, like the Pico one and...
Pico?
Remember?
Oh my
With the
god.
candy bar.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Is that still online?
Yeah, it's on Newgrounds.
What the I forgot about
If you used to go
that.
to Newgrounds, it's the Press and Punch collab.
Oh my god! Hans!
What?
I completely forgot about
The
that.
Press and Punch collab?
Yes.
Yeah, where it's like you choose your adventure, who's gonna punch who next.
Dude, I haven't seen that since I made it.
It's really fun.
In 2008.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I like the way you animated Pico and that. He like roars like a dinosaur.
That's so cringy, dude.
Yeah, no, I love it. It was great.
Oh, God.
I mean, we were like fucking... I was 19. You must have been what?
I was 17.
17. When I was 17,
Hans, you listed me
it
last.
was a
That's so
very
fucked
good
up.
year. What?
You listed my name last, which means you thought I sucked the most.
Listed your name last in what? In the credits?
Yep.
Well, you did.
You can get out.
Well, technically, if you do it the name first or the name last, it's because like you want them to be the most known because names in the middle don't get as much attention as the first and last.
Have you heard of a
Yeah, that's a nice cope, Corey.
Yeah,
It's not
good
cope, it's
Have you heard of silver syndrome?
No.
So you know when you see in the Olympics like gold, silver, bronze medals standing
Yeah.
on the what are they called? The little
Podium? Yeah.
Gold medal's always smiling because they won. Silver medal's always looking jealous at gold.
And bronze
and
always
bronze is just
smiling.
happy to be there.
Yeah, it's so true.
Silver medal kind of sucks because you didn't get first. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're just thinking, if I just did one thing differently.
Yeah, and then bronze is like, hey, I made it to the podium.
Yeah,
They
that's
just
really sad.
Happy to be here.
I like how I give him cheese and he
That
burps
was
in
you.
my
That
face
was you 4 years ago,
immediately
Chris,
after.
before you started getting healthy.
Dude, I'm watching this press and punch. Oh my god, this sucks.
You hate it?
This is awful. I'm talking about my part. I forgot about this.
Wait, can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
We had this dork guy who looked like Harry Potter in school, but we called him Whopper because he had a huge cock. But wait, let me finish this. His mom was like, oh, you know those Irish people are like, oh, how are you doing now?
Yeah.
She was like that, and his name was Simon. She was like, Simon, you motherfucker, get over here, blah, blah, blah. But she had a favorite son called Nigel, and she was like, Simon, what the fuck are you doing? And then she was like, Nigel, wait.
No, what the fuck was that story?
No, what did you just tell us?
What was that story?
It makes sense if you were there.
Baptiste Moisson did not design this for you to tell that story
Lyle,
over
we
it.
caught Chris out in a fib here because this was just the end of episode 1. He got to episode 5.
I did not.
That's 5 times the amount
Dude,
of gameplay.
I'm fucking telling you, I've never gotten past that car ride.
Shit.
Chris is the world's biggest Life is Strange fan.
Why?
Well, I guess the world's biggest Life is Strange fan would have beaten it, but he got far.
I don't understand.
You got far.
You know, Chris Chris had like me time where there was no one in the house and he kind of sat down cross-legged like a yoga man playing this.
Wait, I'm gonna redirect this back at you. You had a guy in your class who looked like Harry Potter with a huge cock and you didn't call him Harry Flopper. Really?
No, oh shit, no. Fuck!
Wait, how do you know that part?
Yeah.
Well, it's a story I told before, but we used to get ripped on our school bus.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Tell a short version of that.
No, like if you get a certain school bus, there's 2 that went by. If you get one of them, you have to watch out for this one guy because he'll pull down your pants and finger your asshole.
This is a kid or a bus driver?
No, the kid. The bus driver did nothing about it.
Bus driver should have fucking killed that kid.
It wasn't just that. He would like he would find someone looking weak kind of like along the aisle of the bus, literally grab them and pull them back and then finger their asshole.
We had a guy kind of like that. I think he got like into a gang and then died. Is what I heard.
You got in a gang and died?
Yeah. He joined like a gang and then immediately got killed.
Sorry that happened, Laurel.
No, I didn't like the guy. I'm glad he got killed.
Was he a fingering guy?
Yeah, he was our butt fingerer.
Did he finger you?
No, he would do this cool thing though, where he would like put his finger like up his ass and then like touch your face with
That's
it.
disgusting.
Yeah, and he had like a bunch of buddies that like if you did anything, he would like jump you after school with like 20 dudes.
No, did you get fingered?
I got fingered once in the line of Subway by him. It wasn't on the bus.
Did he actually shove his finger up your ass?
No, so what he did was, it was kind of a joke, so he'd like get his 2 fingers and he'd like literally, like through your pants, he would like shove it up your ass and go at the same time go, ah!
So he did that thing that like, Japanese kids do as a prank.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, what?
Where they put their 2 fingers together and then they poke each other in their assholes.
Japanese kids do that?
Apparently, there's like a statue of it.
What?
Yeah, in Japan, they're like, this is a funny thing our children do, so we'll make a statue of it.
What's the name of the statue?
I don't know. Look up Japanese ass fingering statue. It's a common prank amongst Japanese kids to stick fingers into each other's butts when they are not looking. It's called kancho.
Oh, so if you can just like assault someone and just go, oh, it's just kancho.
It's just kancho. It's just a
kancho.
silly bit of kancho.
We kind of do that here. Yeah, it's just grab ass, plain grab ass.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with grab ass.
Grab ass is a bit more vulgar than kancho.
How do you know? You don't know what it means. Sure. I don't know what it means either. Why are we watching silent credits?
Kancho, shut the fuck up. When I was younger, did you ever watch that show, The Crystal Maze?
No.
Maybe that was a European thing.
What was it about?
It was weird. It was like a game show where you go through all these different like trials and cool stuff, and then at the end of the show they give you like $1,000, which is nothing, but they also give you a really cool crystal because it was called the Crystal Maze. But I always wanted that crystal growing up.
Yeah, some like 38-year-old has one.
Yeah,
it's meaningless.
And they forgot about it.
Yeah. And you're giving it to a kid too, so that kid probably like fucking took it to social studies class and lost it.
Oh no, sorry, the Crystal Maze was an adult show.
Oh, so an adult got a crystal.
Yeah, and those people are dead now.
Oh, okay, so
Wait, is there anything to the left?
I need to adjust my rhetorical scenario where now it's a 78-year-old person that has the crystal.
Yeah.
See, that changes a lot.
I mean,
is this just
90s.
Backtracking, or is this a secret area?
It's like a secret. You haven't got those jewels yet.
That's true.
See, if you think about like a 36-year-old with a jewel, it's not very good. But if you think about like someone older with a jewel, then you're like, that's funny.
All I know is shiny things are just cool. That's why magpies are fucking cool.
I can do it though.
Hey
Here.
Corey.
Yes.
Get them lilies, boy.
I have to.
You get them lilies.
Run, boy, run.
There you go. I have to grab these things.
What do these do?
This opens the boss door permanently.
What don't they do?
That's all they do. You have to click 2 of them. Luckily, they're right next to each other, which is really fucking awesome. That's amazing.
That's good. That's just a stroke of luck for old Corey.
It kind of is. That's like the greatest shit ever.
Corey,
that's really
you
good.
nasty boy.
Unfortunately, I am gonna lose like 10 health, but whatever.
Did you know Lily of the Valley is a sex move?
Really? Fuck that! I didn't find that gold thing. There, now it's open permanently.
Tomar, if you were dying in pain, I'd give you milk of the poppy.
Would you give me Lily of the Valley?
I would give you.
Which, by the way, Lily of the Valley is just when you.
Tomar, I give you Milkies of the Daddy.
What's wrong?
It's just when you titty fuck someone and just come on their chest. But
what the fuck? That's kind of awesome.
Why would you not say that? That's like the coolest thing you've ever said.
But I don't want it in Oneyplays.
Okay. Why? It's like real.
Because I don't say
it's
stuff
raw
like
Tomar
that.
being raw.
Tomar, it's your most relatable qualities that you titty fuck.
Yeah.
That's
we
my
all
most
do it.
relatable quality. So if I was sick and on my deathbed, would you give me Lily of the Valley, Chris?
Yeah.
Thank
I think
you.
I would.
You're a true friend.
What the heck? This is hard. Chris, this is hard.
What, you little tiny pecker?
And also, I'm pretty sure I learned that. I think I learned that. I think I learned that name, by the way.
That's fucked.
I think I learned the term Lily of the Valley from a fanfic I read when I was 14.
What fanfic?
So take it with a grain of salt. I think it was a Tenchi Moyo fanfic. Look, I couldn't make this shit up.
That's really funny.
What else do you do when you're a 12 to 13-year-old boy?
Dude, I read fucked up evil shit as well. Don't worry.
Dude, I was on Rotten.com at that point.
I was jerking off the rotten ogreish.
The what?
What? What? What? What?
My dad goes fishing a lot, and one time he got seasick on the boat, so he had to throw up. So as a joke, he just opened the fish's mouth and threw up down its mouth.
That is by far the worst story I've ever heard.
And then he threw it back into the water and let nature do its thing. He's like, hey, Lyle, check this out.
That's the funniest thing
That's
ever.
vile. That's vile.
And the funny things, the fish would be like, yummy.
So good. Stew.
That's so evil.
The fish was probably having the time of its life. It was getting so much food.
That's good.
That's fucking gross.
Tell
It's a
your
good
dad
story.
that. Tell your dad he's gonna go to hell.
Okay.
Oh, I saw this. Somebody sent me like this depraved video of this like
depraved video.
like a Russian guy out on a boat with his wife, and then he catches a fish, and like the camera pans over, and she's like fully leg spread, and he puts the fish inside of her like. Oh, alive! Like,
God
I'm
damn
like,
it.
what is going on here? Like,
Then he takes it out and it's fully de-gilled.
she descales it and he just cooks it up.
He's like, thank you, wife.
There you go. He done it.
Oh,
Fucking God!
you should tell your story about the.
Okay,
the,
fucking, I'm done. I'm fucking
give me
done.
a-
I'm not going into this evil skull room for one fucking mad cat. What were they thinking?
Evil skull room. You should tell your
Just
Easter.
no.
You should tell your Easter story that you did, or like, was it Easter? Valentine was What day was it?
I don't know.
You did something for your wife, Patty.
Me?
Your wife?
Yeah.
I love your wife, Patty.
You did something with a. Do you want to tell the story with the chocolate bunny? That shit was so funny.
Oh shit! Yeah.
God damn, that was.
It
so
kind of like you have to have context to understand how funny it is. Though, like it was very straight laced, and I bought a chocolate bunny for like one of those Lindt chocolate bunnies and brought it home. And
So it is a chocolate hollow rabbit wrapped in gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. In gold paper.
You go like foil, gold foil, and I brought it home and I gave it to her, and I had an intrusive. So she was looking and she was like, "Oh, this is so good," and it was lovely. And she was trying to just break the ears off, just to eat the ears and nothing else, and doing it really carefully. But she wasn't having much luck, so I was like, "Just give me it there, and I'll do that for you." So I took it off her and I punched it as hard as I could, like so hard that the entire rabbit exploded all over the kitchen. And like bits of chocolate went into the radiators and everything.
You said it hit her in her fucking
It hit her
face,
in the
jolted
face
back.
as well, and like I got in so much trouble.
Yeah, I would think.
I got in it was literally ruined the whole evening.
Sorry, Patty.
Yeah.
But it creates a great story.
It was completely my fault.
Well, you just had an intrusive thought. I mean, I've had intrusive thoughts. It's like when you go into if you go into a completely glass place that makes those glass things that cost like $500.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, if only I had a baseball bat, just swing this like I'm in like Zombieland too.
I know where that comes from though, and it's my mom's fault because we used to go to this really expensive shop when I was younger. And
Fuck you go.
Actually, Chris, it was called Baker's. Remember, it was on like the main street.
Baker's.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
fucking if I went in there and I specifically remember my mom would look in.
Swim, Chris, in that whole water pit.
Yeah, there's a fucking hole.
My mom would look into my soul and go, "If you literally touch anything in this shop, I will literally break every bone in your body." and that's like where intrusive thoughts come from, because now all I want to do is smash shit up when I see it.
It's funny.
Chris, remember when we used to live in your apartment Wexford, and we used to shine lasers at people.
Yeah. I still remember that one guy who one night I woke up at like 4 a.m. I'm like, I'm bored, and I grabbed my laser and I was shining it down.
Oh yeah, to just give context to that as well. We lived on a street where a nightclub spilled out onto the street at like 2 a.m.
Oh, it was so fun.
And like people were langered, like, and we used to just shine lasers.
Dude,
at
people would outside my window. It was funny, but you know, one night I woke up and I was like, I'm bored, and I shone a laser down the street into a few windows and went, I'm gonna go back to sleep. And then I woke up to a Russian dude going, "Get out! I know you're in there!" And I was like, and I did not answer the door, and I was like, that's scary. I'm never doing that again.
Didn't you shine like a hologram of the Holy Mary one time?
Yeah. I bought a Brookstone projector. It was a portable projector, and I used to just shine it on the road across from me. And I made a video in After Effects of like a glowing Holy Mary, Mother of God. And I would shine it on the road as cars drove by. And the one I'll always remember is a bunch of girls in a car drove by, and I shone it, and you just hear all of them go like, "Ah!" And I just like drive away really quickly. Oh, it's so funny. And in Ireland, like, people really do believe in like the Holy Mary Mother.
Really?
They believe in her appearing everywhere. There's Patty, do you remember in papers it'd be like, the Holy Mary, she was
has
spotted,
been seen in a bowl of milk.
Yeah, no, it was like she was spotted in a barn in Mayo last week. It's like why would she do that?
People think they see her and they're like toast and stuff.
It was
Chris, this is the door.
Oh, good job.
I was like looking for the key. I'm like, where the fuck is the key?
In a barn in Mayo.
Dude, I remember my nanny always talking like, did you hear last week? She was seen down there by the old river now.
Wait, Chris. Hold on. I need to hear what she's saying.
It's A.
My parents never once took me to church.
My parents never took me to church. They're such bad parents.
I have a split personality. Church girl by day, party monster by night.
No.
Damn, it's
Did you used to go to church every week on a Sunday?
Yeah, and then one day everyone in Ireland just stopped.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah, like literally just one week.
Yes.
Everyone just stopped going.
Why
Every
did she
week you had to
cover up
go,
her
and then everyone
She
stopped.
Yeah,
can't
one
cover
week
herself.
everyone went, you know what? I think we're done.
Yeah. At the same time. It was the weirdest fucking thing
Hung
ever.
out with Alyssa and Stella.
There's toilet
I still
paper,
remember
girl.
all the fucking prayers. We had to do them in Irish.
I know.
So what, you speak Irish?
Yeah.
Are you guys like fucking with me, or is this real Irish?
No, it is Armagher, That's it.
I
remember August. You guys were rehearsing that for like an hour before I got here. You can't fool
That's
me.
our culture.
No, we rehearsed it every single day
I'm
at
gonna
school.
appropriate it.
No, you can't. You can't even remember
I'm
one
gonna
word we
appropriate
said. Lyle, say August.
August.
So that means and.
Yeah.
So go to Ireland, keep saying August.
August. August.
People
just keep going. People
going
going
on.
and August. That's really funny.
And the weather is nice today.
Yeah.
August.
August. Does that even make sense in that context? Ireland's got a weird backwards language where nothing makes sense.
There was this show in Ireland called Bernard's Watch when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was the same as this. He had a watch that could turn back time. And I remember like he went to like the store and the queue was too long.
Yeah.
So he like stopped time, but he still paid. Just like left the change on the counter.
No, that sucked. Bad story.
But I always thought he was like a little. Like, I was like, I would never
Stop
do that.
looking at me sad.
I didn't finish it.
Then finish it. No, what was the end of your story? It was just a joke.
Oh no! The joke was that it wasn't. It was just that like he stopped time and he like just walked past the queue and he still put like change on the counter and walked away. And I just thought that like.
That was cool.
You should have got.
like a graffiti museum
I would never.
for Chloe and
I think I
Rachel.
would have just taken it.
So you got mad because
I bet I can find out more
wait,
about
this is a
Rachel
real
here.
guy?
No, Bernard's Watch. It was a show
Hello, bottle
in
number 1.
UK and
One
Ireland.
more to go.
He kept doing goody two shoes things with it, and when I was a kid, I was like, I wish I had that power.
So I could be evil.
Have I told the story how I was fired from McDonald's?
No.
You got fired from McDonald's?
Yeah, I
So
worked there
at
as
least
a
not in my
teenager.
presence.
Okay, McDonald's. As a kid, I was in high school. I worked at McDonald's. I remember working there and using my first paycheck to get Bioshock Infinite and being disappointed. But anyway, I was working at McDonald's, and what I would do is when I would make the nuggets, I would dip them in habanero sauce.
They had that available at the McDonald's?
Yes, and it was so good. McDonald's habanero sauce is fucking delicious. So as I was working, I would left and right, no workers in sight, no employees in sight, and then I dip it in, and then I would eat like a handful, but it was so spicy, it would make me fucking cry. So
they fired you for crying?
No. Oh, hey, look, there's a shotgun room.
You did it.
So okay. All other staff members, there was solidarity. We wouldn't out each other or anything for eating on the job. And some managers totally don't mind. It's really just luck of the draw.
Yeah.
But the manager that was on shift that day was a fucking bitch. So I waited. I watched her go into the back room where she was super far away. And this dude came up to me. He's like, please take my shift tomorrow. I was like, no, bitch, get out of the way. I was eating the habanero sauce. He's like, please take my shift tomorrow. And I thought about it long and hard. And I was like, you know what, dude? I'll take your shift tomorrow. Okay. And then I was like, just leave me alone. And I dipped the nuggets in the habanero sauce. And I made it was like the biggest, wettest dip I had ever done. And I started eating it, right? And I was like, oh. And I was like literally fucking crying. And I'm like red in the face. And then I heard the manager come up behind me. She's like, oh, Dave, you're taking this more on shift tomorrow? And I was like, and like there's Lyle, you ever had too much nugget in your damn throat? There was no swallowing. It was impossible.
So you literally did the
No. She was like, are you taking the shift tomorrow? And I was like trying to chew, but it was too late. She was like, turn around and face me now. Why aren't you looking at me?
Oh my God.
And I turn around and literally there's orange crap fucking pouring out of my mouth. My face is red and I'm crying. And she looks at me and she's like, get the fuck out.
Oh my God, what a horrible
And I got
woman.
fired.
That's what you get, you
How
little
did she
bastard.
know that you weren't just leaking meat and crying over the death of your grandmother?
Yeah, how would she not? I should have gone back and been like, how'd you know?
Dave, what did the guy's shift have to do with the story?
Oh, because if I didn't take that, we never spoke to each other. She would have never asked me shit if I didn't take that guy's shift. I was nice one time in my life, and it made her fucking instant transmit behind me. And it sucked dick.
Yeah, I have this theory that karma works in reverse.
Sometimes you're nice and it bites you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the what is it? No good act goes unpunished.
Yeah, something like that. I've heard that
unfortunately,
before.
that's real sometimes.
Yeah.
But you know what? They also say the Lord beautiful Jesus works in mysterious fucking ways. Cause guess what? Working at McDonald's fucking sucks, and I'm glad I got fired.
Yeah, that's true. I'm glad you got fired too, man.
Thanks, bro. My dad beat the shit out of me for that though.
That's fair.
So they say online that like you can make your own sex toys at home by like flour, gelatin, things like that. You can put that shit in the oven and make like basically homemade sex toys, right?
Oh yeah, okay. I've heard
Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
Okay, and let me tell you, I don't know if I'm just bad at baking and that it didn't work well.
What a great way to start, yeah.
But yeah, one time my family was like, we're gonna go to the beach. Ready to go to the beach? And I was like, I'm feeling under the weather. May I stay home, dearest mother? And she was like, yes, my boy. And so they went to the beach. And like the moment I saw the car leave, I hopped out of bed and got all this shit. And I've been reading about it online on my PSP with the fucking HTML internet.
Yeah.
And I got the flour and all this stuff. And we were missing a handful of ingredients. And I was like, well, that doesn't matter. I'll just substitute these with things that are similar.
Yeah.
But dude, as the day went on, baking shit became a fucking mess.
Wait, you tell me you were gonna fuck like a muffin or something?
No, it's like you basically make like a latex like fuck toy that you fuck.
What? Out of what?
Out of like, if you bake together like all sorts of like gelatins and flour and things, you can just, it works.
Yeah, I remember. I remember there was one that I heard about that I was like, that is way too much effort. But it was something to the effect of like, you've got to put oil in like a plastic bag, and then you put that between two couch cushions, and take like a piece of ham and it was stupid.
No,
it was dumb.
No,
it was like
it is basically like that. Yes,
yeah,
it's like
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right,
though.
right, and like, okay, Chris, do you know those things that are in gift shops? Those little like squish things that like infinitely loop.
Yeah.
That like if you squeeze it too hard, it'll burst and all the water will shoot out.
Yeah.
You're basically baking something like that you can fuck.
Water snakes.
Yeah.
I love those things.
Except it's more like rubber than like water in the thing.
Wow. You know, one of the first times I was doing sexy shit with my first girlfriend, my mom and dad like left the house, and I was like, it is time. And I like brought her into my room, and
Actually, no, I think we were on the living room couch. But anyway, she took off her pants. I was like, oh. And we were like doing stuff. And then, my mom and dad like pulled back in and I saw the lights and I was like, oh fuck, right? And I ran to the door.
Horrifying.
I was like, put on your pants, and I like ran to the door. And I was so stupid that I just like left my pants open and my belt open hanging down, and I answered the door and my face was all red and sweaty. And my mom and dad just looked at me like, you fucking idiot, and they just like brushed past me. I was like, oh.
I mean, what would your parents have done? Would they have been like, you are not to fuck?
Basically, I mean, I was like 15.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
Also, her dad was the guy I was scared of because he was like, he pretty much told me from the get-go, he's like, if you do anything like that, I will beat the shit out of you. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, fear of girlfriend's dad. Yeah, I can relate to that. That's the most relatable shit in the world.
One
That's
time
why
I was at her house and we were sitting on her bed and he came in and he saw me sitting on her bed and he got really angry. It was just because I was sitting on her bed.
Oh, I've got too many stories about this to even count. That's why I make a damn game about it.
Oh, you're so right.
This isn't about like making a sex toy or anything, but when I was
after seeing a girl get chainsawed.
Yeah. No, when I was a kid, I was like, I'm gonna start like making a stink bomb in case I like need it one day. I don't know what the fuck I thought I was gonna need it for.
What are you, Dennis the Menace?
But I was like, in case there's like a situation where I have a great enemy that I need to like defeat with a stink bomb, I'll just have it. So I took one of those. You ever seen those big plastic containers of cheese balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one of those. And I would just like sneak out like leftover food and shit like that I thought would stink, like eggs and fucking shit like that, and just like put it in there. And I did this for maybe like almost a year because I like hid it. It was like on the side of the house and like
bizarre.
Hid it behind a fucking trash can.
Yeah.
And then I think one day my dad found it and just threw it out.
Oh.
So I never got to fucking defeat anyone with
a year of work wasted.
It would have probably actually like been like rotten and like melted someone's face and like given them some kind of horrible disease. So I'm kind of glad.
Like a new T-virus.
Yeah, I would have ended up in fucking juvie or something if anyone actually like pissed me off enough to earn the stink bomb.
The L virus.
If you threw it at somebody, it just gives them salmonella and kills them.
Yeah, it probably would have, because there was like raw meat and stuff in there that had been sitting there for like a year.
Lyle.
I remember in school, we were watching an educational video about salmonella, but they made these two cute characters called Sam and Ella, and it was kind of like redundant. It's like, why don't you make them not likable? And like, they made them like charming and cool. And all the kids were like, yay, salmonella!
You'd want them to be like gross and fat and evil.
Yeah,
like,
I don't want that. But all the kids were like, I want salmonella now.
Yeah, that's what all the kids said.
Did the teacher like fucking put their hands on their heads and go, this backfired horribly?
I don't know. I can't believe I've got such an itchy scalp. I must have lice or something.
Can you stop bringing those into recording sessions? It's like the third delousing I've had to have this week.
I just leave like little lice seed out on the front porch because I like to feed them.
Have you ever actually had lice? It is genuinely like the worst thing.
When I was like a little kid.
Yeah, I had it one time and it was very unfortunate.
It's pretty funny.
Literally like everybody at my school got fucking lice at one point. Like it was rampant.
That fucking sucks.
And then for like 2 years, my mom went around telling people I had lice.
They'll learn you.
Yeah, it made it like so much worse.
Have you guys ever been to, was it Disneyland that had Honey, I Ate the Audience?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That scared the fucking piss out of me as a kid.
You got bored?
What is this?
Yeah, because at a certain point, the snake eats the crowd in 4D. And when I was a small child and I saw that, I wanted to cry.
Dave, I don't think it's called Honey, I Ate the Audience. I think it's called Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Oh, right. Well, I just remember the part where the snake eats you. That was so scary as a kid. I didn't want to cry and look like a bitch in front of my family. So I just put my face down and like just fucking hyperventilated.
Well, Dave, you'll be happy to know they actually got rid of that ride and replaced it with Honey, I Crap the Audience.
What happens in that one?
You don't want to know.
Okay.
Have you ever been like floating in the ocean for more than 24 hours?
One time a tidal wave pulled me out way past into the ocean, and as a kid I thought I was really gonna die.
Really?
Yeah, has that ever happened to you?
Wave?
You know how if you swim out too far out, the current can just pull you away?
That's like a tsunami, not a tidal. That's a riptide, you fool.
It's like if you swim too far out from the beach, it can just pull you to the point to where you can't go back anymore.
Yeah.
And they told me that, but as a kid I didn't listen, and it started pulling me really far away to where I literally just pretty much thought like goodbye everyone I know and love. I'm dead. But then like big waves started coming and they hit me so many times that like they brought me back.
That's funny.
I got super lucky that day. I was seriously fucked.
Did your parents like notice or
no? And it filled my stomach up with seawater.
Our plan is working.
They coordinated it.
Now Friday Night Funkin' will never be invented.
Too bad for you.